episode 204.
Yay. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Winnie.
If you guys are new to us, welcome. I hope you like what you see. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back each week.
And if you found us through KnitClicks, I hope you're enjoying the KnitClick website. We now have advertising on KnitClick. Yes!
Did my email
I finally
help you?
did it. No.
Oh.
Carolyn gotten back in touch with me again, and I was like, I'm doing it right now. I did it. I took care of it. It took me like 5 minutes too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Again, it was one of those things where I was like, it's going to take me like an hour. It didn't.
Good.
So I think you're going first. So.
I am, but shout outs. We're just a reminder we're doing.
Oops.
We're doing a knit along for the home this month, which means anything that you can find for the home: pillows, Afghans, dishcloths, towels, vase. Somebody offered a vase.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Curtains. I mean,
felted
anything.
Baskets could be a good thing. Coasters.
Anything. We're flexible.
Yeah, anything
we're
that's
easy.
Basically not, a garment.
Yeah, pretty much. So you have until the end of April.
Yeah. To
do that. You do not have to start it this month. You just need to finish it.
Yeah.
Pictures in the post. Don't forget you have to be a member.
I didn't start a thread for Rachel's contest, did I?
I don't think you did. So that'll probably be going on
so
for another
that'll probably
week.
Have to be going on for an additional week. I just realized that.
We'll be doing a book review at the end of this podcast too, and our gossip and innuendo.
Yeah. So
and, I think that's
pretty much it.
So actively on the needle. I still have a pair of socks. The good news is I'm getting close to being done with that pair of socks. I have turned the heel. I have a half of a half. This is with Patons Croy, 1.5, US 1.5 on the Knit Pro Carbons. Is that right? Yeah.
Is it Knit Pro?
Yeah.
No. It's Knit.
No, it's.
Knit Pro is the European version of Knit Picks.
Knitter's Pride.
It's Knitter's Pride. I knew
Knitter's Pride, right. Which is Webb's.
That's Webb's.
Webb's needle. The carbons, which I like a lot. They do warm up when you knit, and my thumb is really good. And this is Patons Croy. I'm doing black, the top, the heel, and the toe, and then spring leaf.
That's spring leaf stripe.
Yeah, spring leaf stripes for the body, and I'm almost done. The thing.
It uses a lot. There's not a lot of yardage in those patterns.
There isn't a lot of yardage. There's only 166 yards.
Yeah.
Which typically you get more than 400. Oh, my nose.
I'll get you
more than 400 yards in a typical fingering weight skein. So you're actually getting just slightly over 300.
Yeah, where usually 400 is a
332 yards, I think, to be exact. 332 yards.
Maybe 40.
So I had like a walnut nugget shape for this sock from the last one. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, and a lot of people apparently like this stripe pattern. Now, I know you purchased a couple of skeins. I've seen them on Instagram quite a bit.
Yeah.
And this is one huge sock.
That is a big sock.
It is a big sock. So I am done with the decreases on the gusset, and now I just gotta knit. Cool. And that's all I have on my needles.
Good for you. I have a couple of things. I know I said I was going to knit with Fiber Nymph Lucky Cat.
Oh, yeah.
But when it came time to cast on another pair of socks.
You grabbed what was easy.
Lucky Cat was upstairs, and this was A, already downstairs right by where I sit, and B, it comes pre-wound in these, shapes.
Skeins.
So I was like, bonus, don't have to wind it. It's right here. So this is Patons Croy in the Meadow stripes.
I didn't expect them to be so tiny.
I didn't expect small stripes. I thought I had seen a picture of the striping.
On the back of it, I thought was...
Well, I guess they show this little tiny, I guess that has really small stripes. I don't know. That's not even this colorway, so
No.
I don't know. But anyway, I guess I thought it would be more like this, maybe, or...
Yeah, even mine is
it has that weird, like... Yeah. But anyway, I still like it. I think it's kind of pretty the way that it turned out.
No, I like how it works. It's kind of like it's almost like you planned it but didn't.
Yeah, I like it. So it's still, it's self-striping, and it's just, like, most of the stripes are 2 rows instead of, like, a 5 or 6 row stripe. And I did not realize how heavy this yarn is. Feel this sock. Does not feel like a sock that I knit.
No, not in comparison
to, like, normal socks that I knit.
But it's a different type of wool, too. It's not a...
pretty thick.
It's not... It's a sturdy wool.
It's a sturdy wool.
It feels like a sturdy wool. You've never knit with Patons Cray before?
I don't believe so. I think my mom knit me the socks that look like Sock Monkey. You know, that you have.
Red
and the gray and the... and so I haven't knit with it. I like knitting with it. It's easy to knit with.
It's a sturdy wool sock is the best way to describe it.
It's very...
it's your typical
thick.
wool sock that you would think of if...
Yeah, it doesn't feel like most of the sock yarn that I buy from Independence. No. It's thicker, like hardier, more rustic. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But anyway, I am knitting a toe-up Jeck sock. I can't remember who the designer of Jeck is, but it'll be in the show notes. I've done it before. This is the second time. I think the first time was on my Desert Vista Dye Works socks, those rainbow colored ones. I can't think of the name of them, but it's in my profile page. I wanted something.
The Dia de los Muertos.
No, it wasn't Dia de los Muertos. I don't remember what
muted rainbow or whatever.
Yeah, that muted rainbow. It was.
You did Jeck on that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I did skip on the other one. Simple skip. I can't remember. Anyway, this is the Jeck. It's so simple. It's a free pattern, and it's basically some pearls and some slip stitches to make these little, like, recessed pattern. I'll try to stretch it out so you can see. It's just nice. I wear the ones that have this patterning a lot. I like how simple it is. It's so mindless. There's one pattern row, one rest row. And it went so fast that I've already knit one sock, and I'm on the heel right now of the second sock, and I think I cast them on Monday.
Something like that.
It was like Monday, and it's Friday now, and I haven't even knit that much. So yeah, so that's number 1. I'm really enjoying these. It's so nice. Like, I'm blasting through these because it was so nice to be able to pick out something new to knit that I felt like knitting and to do it.
Right.
Because all of my knitting mojo has been sucked away by this. This is my Hitofude. It is blocked. It fits great, except for the fact that the fronts fall
right below
my boobs. So it's like, look at my fat belly. Hey, everyone. Pay attention to this area of my fat belly, please. I really wanted it to be longer, so oh, that's my daughter's phone. I wanted it to be longer, so I'm going to knit about 6 inches more, which means I'm going to need to do 8 or 9 repeats. Fortunately, I still have an entire skein and like this much of another skein, so I can do that. And when I blocked it, I put it on waste yarn, so I just have to put it back on the needles. But
it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and it fits. The top part fits beautifully, and the back fits beautifully. I just don't like how short the fronts are.
Now, is the front that's done, right? Or do you still?
Oh
knit
no,
the
you
front?
keep the skirt is all one piece. So I want 6 inches on here.
Okay.
The back's just going to be really long. And you know, here's the thing about this pattern. It gives you different sizes to knit in this area to get around the arms, but on all of the patterns, the length from here to here is the same. And I really think for people who are larger, have bigger busts, if you look on the project page, you can see that they look very flattering on people who are skinny. But they can look very unflattering if the top part falls too short because it's kind of like emphasizing this area of your body. So I just want to get mine down to my waist so that it's drawing the eye this way and not like here. So that means I'm going to be in Hitofude Howl. Trust me, what I really want to do is just throw this in a basket and never look at it again, but it will never get finished if I don't keep working on it. So that is knit out of Enchanted Knoll Farms sock in the Margaritaville colorway, and I love how it looks, and I love that sweater. And I didn't even block it really hard. I just blocked it enough so that I could see. And
Get
I was
a general idea.
I knew when I took it off the needles onto the waist yarn, even before it was blocked, I was like, yeah, they're going to be down here. They're going to be right at that place where I don't want them to be. They just got to be a little bit longer. So I got to do that. And the last thing I have on the needles is my Retiarius cowl. I got like one row done on it. Should really finish this up. I might finish this up before I go back to Hitofude just because it's been kind of nice to have some finished objects. This is in Spunky Eclectic Mammoth base in the, is it
Lobster.
Mammoth? In the lobster colorway.
Colorway.
I can't remember if it's Mammoth or, it's her big
I want to
single,
say it's Mammoth.
her big single ply bulky weight, super bulky weight. It's not even bulky, it's super bulky. And, yeah, so I did a little bit of that. So those are the 3 things I have on the needles.
Rate your dates. I have nothing.
I have 2 dates to rate. Well, sort of. I have a date to rate.
You have a PhD, right?
No, I have a date.
No, I know, but you also have a PhD.
I have a date and a PhD. So I finished both of my No Pro Monkeys in Knit Picks Felici in the sorbet colorway, and those came out so nice. You can really feel the difference of thickness between these two. Same needle.
Huh. It's
I could have gone up a needle size on
probably.
that. It's just, this is a lot thicker yarn. I think these came out great. I can't wait to wear them. I was holding off until I showed them on the show because they look so nice. And then, so that's one date. And then, throw that back here. The second PhD, as I finished one Jeck sock in the Patons Croy. It came out really nice. I like it a lot. I like the way these stripes look. I like these colors. And I like the way that the stripes kind of match up on the heel, but they're like the opposite, they're like different colors.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's kind of pretty. So yeah, I really like it. And like I said, I'm just starting the heel on this one. So hopefully by next week I'll have another pair of socks done. This is my 5th pair in 2015.
I know, I saw that.
So, and I liked knitting with the Patons so much, it knit up so fast. I might knit with the Patons again after this because it's so thick. It's like you knit like 2 rows and you did like half an inch. I really like it. So that's all I have on the dance card.
Whirlwind romance?
I do quickly have a whirlwind romance. Haven't been doing much cross-stitching lately, but I finally did the final framing of several projects, so I'm just going to show you that. This is a Totoro that I did for my son. And I went on the internet and found a tutorial where you zigzags, you cut out the cloth slightly larger than the frame, zigzag stitch around the circle, and then you gather it together with thread. So that way when you hang it on the wall, it doesn't have edges sticking out and you don't have to cut the edges flat.
Right.
And it keeps them from fraying. So I framed all of my projects this week, which I'm really proud of doing. This has to be my favorite one. This is for my sister-in-law. Actually, the animals and the gangster one are for my sister-in-law and my niece. And this is for my son. And I'm just really happy how they came out and that I got them taken care of. So
good.
Go ahead.
Oh, I have no Whirlwind romance.
Yeah, but you have the next one. You're going first this week.
I know, but what's that? Baubles and
Future
Bling?
dates.
Oh, future dates. I don't know. I got a headache. I work.
We're also trying to rush. I have to leave to take my doctor to ballet in like 15
Your
minutes.
doctor?
My daughter.
All right. Future dates.
Yeah.
So, my plan for 2015 was to knit with Blue Moon at least once a month. So, where I'm still working on this, and I already know what I'm going to cast on for the next sock, I will cast on for the color affection that has Blue Moon in it.
Oh, pretty.
And it's going to be Blue Moon Gray. Miss Babs, I think in blue. No, it wasn't Miss Babs. A gray, a blue, and a maroon. Is what I'm gonna do. I have a picture of it somewhere. Wendy, help me pick it out. Yeah, no, that wasn't it.
Oh no.
No. This one.
Yes.
So it's I don't remember the names. I could look them up, but I'll show it to you next week because I gotta roll it. Wind the balls. There we go.
Roll it.
Wind the balls, and I'll show you what. This is on my Instagram if anyone doesn't see it. So this is the color. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see them either.
No.
It's a nice maroon. It's Socks at Rock, Milan Gray. I can probably get the colors. And Handmade Fine Yarn Casbah sock and a maroon and String Theory hand-dyed yarn and caper sock.
That'll be
And the Bye Bye Blues for the caper. Wine for Roses burgundy, that's right, for the maroon. And I think it's pretty much just a mill end for the gray, which is medium weight. They're pretty much all the same weight.
Yeah.
And I think, well, this is listed as sport, but it's about the same. It's a fingering weight. It's a light sport. It calls for size 6. I think I should be good for 6 on that. So I was looking at the pattern last night. And then the other future date, because again, it's already wound.
Yeah.
Is Flutter by Socks. I'm doing it
right.
in Snitch's Syncopation. It's a pinky, pinkish yarn that it's been wound for quite a while. It's the Clarice colorway, and it's very pinky and flutter-by-y.
It reminds me of the ones that you used to have that were that color.
I never wore those. I gave those away.
Oh, were those to Tara?
Yeah.
I remember.
We gave them to our friend Tara after she had her baby.
Had a baby.
Yeah. Very similar colors, yes. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm hoping to finish this off and then cast on one of those. But I'll probably cast on the Color Affection shawl before I finish this off because there are nights when I just don't want to knit on this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm done with it. But I am almost literally done with it, which is good.
My future date is going to be the Waking Tide sweater knit out of Superwash Merino worsted from Diabolical in the Polar Vortex colorway. And I am so excited to knit it, but I have to finish the Sweater of Hate first.
Hitofude?
Yeah, Hitofude. I am so mad that I'm not done with it. But when I took it off the needles, I was like,
You're not
it's
done
not
with
going to
it.
be done. I know. I have to take my daughter to ballet.
Do you want to take my car? Because I'm parked behind you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just pop over.
Yeah.
So that's my only future date. Baubles and Bling.
I have a Bauble and Bling. I have 2 actually, which is kind of funny. And I wish I brought my wallet in to show you this. But so my spoiler alert right now, if you have not gotten your Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks at Rock Club shipment, whatever.
Look away.
Look away. So this is this month's. It's supposed to be exclusive to club members. It better be. You know my feeling on that. It smells like vinegar. Feel this. It's so soft and squishy.
Yeah.
It's like every time I get my shipment, I remember why I love this yarn so much. which is good.
It's good yarn.
It is good yarn. So this month's was a lightweight. It's Grand's Kitchen colorway, and it kind of reminds me of a grandmother's old kitchen. It's
got like the turquoise and the gray and the off-white.
That's probably a pretty good
That's
representation.
A pretty good representation.
The blue's a little bright. It's more of it almost reminds me of Tiffany blue. Like
it does.
Tiffany of it, the blue
of a
Tiffany's
more of
box.
An aqua tint.
Yeah,
to it. Yeah.
So it's got more of the blue in Tiffany's box. So it's really pretty. I've seen it knit up. It's very variegated, and I think you have to find the right pattern to go with it.
Oh yeah.
Because the white and the gray blend more like this, where the blue you're gonna have pooling on this big time. I've seen it knit up, but I still love it, and it's soft and squishy. So with this came a bumper sticker, which I don't know where it is, but I gotta find it so I can put it on my car. And then this is the second shipment of these floops.
Oh, you like those?
I do like these.
They're like little mini hair elastics. Like
I
when
haven't
you were little.
used them yet.
Yeah. Oh.
So I have to get my other.
So you like the way they look
well,
and the idea of them.
I put them in my bag and I forgot about them until the next shipment came. So what I'm going to do
But you can't give a review because you have not actually used them.
No, I have not actually used them. So I love the color. The patterns that it came with. Yeah, not so much my taste.
Not your thing.
The sock it's called Equinox, and I think it would be better off in a solid.
Yeah.
I don't have them with me, and I apologize because it's only in PDF form, and I wasn't crazy about them, so I didn't download it. And then the other one was a cowl. I know that if I knit cowls close to the neck, I don't wear them, so I don't knit them.
Right.
Because I'd end up giving them away, and yeah, this isn't going anywhere right now.
You'll find the right pattern.
I will. I'll find the right pattern for it, but I do love the colors. So that was one of my Baubles and Bling. What I'm laughing about is my other Baubles and Bling I got before this, even though I did know that this was coming and I knew what the color was. I finally broke down and got myself an iPhone.
It only took 6
years. Yeah, no kidding. So this is my first smartphone. Never mind iPhone, my first smartphone. And I didn't realize it until I was looking at it. Apparently I like the aqua color. And
apparently
look.
do I match.
And
kind of like I apparently like pink because my phone, I don't know where it is, but my phone is like pink. I didn't even realize it, but my phone is exactly the same as my case.
And my wallet is the same color too. It's a polka dot. It's got blue with polka dots on it, and I got it at Target. And I love my wallet. I get a lot of compliments on my wallet too, which is funny. But so that's my Baubles and Bling.
I have one Baubles and Bling. I did order some Blue Moon.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. But it won't be here. I'll show it. I'll talk about it. I'll tell you about it after we get done. But I'll talk about it on the show when I get it, just because I can't remember the colorway off the top of my head, and I would have to look it up in order to tell you. But I can do it after we record. So a lot of people who have watched the show will remember that at Rhinebeck 2 years ago, I bought a Thayer Sign travel cape.
Was it 2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago. I didn't buy this last year. I bought it the year before last. It was the year that Lois and you and I stayed at Phoenicia.
All right.
So here is the inside. All the things store in there. The posts go on here, and you can do up to 4 bobbins at a time, and you can tension them if you use string and these adorable little violin keys. And it's just a really beautiful handmade thing, and I love it, but I'm always afraid that it's going to get banged up because it's like wood and it's all nice. So I asked my friend Jess, who also has one of these, but she has the smaller version. I think she has the 2-post version or the 3-post version. I have the 4-post version. So I asked her to make me one, and I had seen this print with all the llamas or alpacas. I don't know how to tell the difference between them. Maybe both.
I think it's both.
I thought I have my case for my other stuff has bunnies on it and bunny fur like Angora, and then I saw this and I was like, that kind of ties in, and they both have like this gray background, and the other one's red and white, and this is pink and orange and white. So I was like, I really wanted this. So I gave her the measurements, and she made me this custom bag that I can just slip my travel kit in. It's padded. And that way, when I throw it in my bag and stuff, I don't have to worry about it getting banged up or getting oil on it or whatever. Because to me, I mean, one of the reasons I liked this Kate is because it's a really beautiful piece of handmade. It's like a handmade tool.
Right.
Not like the Kate that I bought from Shocked that they crank them out on a machine. Like, this is handmade. It's nice wood. And I just really I didn't want it to get all bad. So now I have it in my special case, and I just love it. I love how it came out.
Good.
And once I figured out what the note was that Jess wrote to me, Jess wrote me a little note with it that I thought said, my first pin was Twilight. Love, Jen. I was like, who's Jen and what does this mean? But it said my first pen was too light. She had written the message twice, thank you or whatever it was on the card, and it was Jess. Her S's looked like N's to me. I was so puzzled. For like 10 minutes, I was like, what does this mean? Twilight? I don't think she likes Twilight.
No.
But we cleared it all up. I texted her to find out what it was. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I am having some Baubles and Bling coming up. I ordered a life planner from personalplanner.com, and it's shipped. So I should have that sometime next week.
I have something coming up too.
Ooh. And I ordered some socks that rock the other night. So
why though?
It's a long story. I'll tell you. I ordered a skein of socks at Rock. That'll probably be here next week too. So I know I shouldn't have ordered any more, but I did. So I will let you know about that when we come back. So yes, I ordered some Blue Moon fiber art sock yarn, and I'll show it when it comes in. Another Bauble and Bling that we both got was the Handbrake Cowl pattern by, I think it's by Kay and Dan Jones, who are the
Bakery Bears podcast.
Podcast. Yeah. Why can't I say that? It's really a gorgeous textured cowl pattern.
Very masculine looking.
And it was gifted to us by Third Cookie. And what did she say? She had a nice thing to say about it.
She's gifting it to us. Gifting you this pattern to help support cancer research, giving it in memory of my father and Dan, aka Obi-Wan Knitter. I hope you enjoy it. Which is nice because my mom passed of cancer and my son is a survivor of cancer. And
my mom is a cancer survivor, and
you're hoping to avoid it.
I'm hoping to avoid cancer, so I'm all about cancer research. So I think Sheila told me this pattern is $1.
I think it's a pound.
A pound.
1 pound.
$1.50 in the U.S. and the money goes towards cancer research. So cancer research can benefit everybody. So thank you very much, Third Cookie. I think I will enjoy knitting this. I like it because they say in here it's a cowl that a man could wear, but would also be attractive on a woman. Like, it's fancy enough where you'd want to knit it and it would be pretty for you, but it's simple enough where a guy wouldn't say, oh, that's too girly.
Right.
So this is
we
great.
all know guys would do that.
My husband especially.
Mine too.
There's also apparently a mini episode of the Bakery Bears podcast to thank you for buying this pattern and supporting cancer research. So you can check out the Bakery Bears podcast. I don't know if there's a web link for that on this pattern, but I'm sure you could find it. I think they're on YouTube, and
they're definitely on YouTube.
They're probably on iTunes. You just search for Bakery Bears. So, yeah, I love this. So
very nice. Awesome. Thank you very much.
So, crushes and heartbreaks.
Crushes and heartbreaks. So I got my iPhone. That's a crush. Zachary, for anyone who doesn't know, my son has to get blood work every 3 months. He's got a disease, I guess.
He has a chronic disease.
He had liver cancer. We are past our...
Yeah.
No, actually, I think that's B or C.
But then you have to say, he had liver cancer, A, and got a transplant, B, but then needed another transplant because of a complication, C.
Well, see, I think you would start with he was born with a heart defect, A.
But that's really not a liver thing.
But it's related because they think he got liver cancer, B.
From the thing.
From the TPN. So anyways, so he has to get blood work. So the disease is he traded liver cancer for a transplant, which is basically a chronic disease. He has to get that checked.
Because you can always reject. Like, they have to
it's a constant thing we have to monitor for. So every 3 months or so, when we were a little behind, he needed to get blood work. So now that I work at this hospital, I found out that we can do the blood work there. They're open on weekends and 24/7, basically. And I don't have to go to a certain one and like lose time and
That's great.
or school time or anything. So we went in Saturday morning and I dragged my husband along with me because he needed blood work too. Now you would think my husband would just take my son and the two of them do it.
Oh no, he couldn't handle that.
No. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I'm like, oy vey. So Zachary still sits on my lap even though he's like 11 years old. So we had that done. We got the phone call, and his numbers are slightly elevated, which could be anything or nothing. Right. If he gets a little sniffle, his numbers are elevated. Basically, they're looking at his liver function test, and we all know that everything is filtered through the liver. And he's got, I want to say it's Gilbert syndrome. I could be pronouncing it wrong. Basically, it's a genetic disorder where your billy count is up. Well, that he got from the liver donor.
Right.
So that it's been elevated, but nothing serious. It's a little more so. So we have to get tested, and now it's 3 more weeks. It's in 1 month, so now it's 3 more weeks. He's got to get tested again, which is fine. He's really good about it now.
It's his life.
It's his life. He's learned to live with the fact that he's got to get blood work. We've come a long way, baby. Is all I can say with that. Oh my God, yes. And I make sure that when we go for blood work that there is a specific coworker of mine that will be there. He's comfortable with her. Yeah. And she does a really good job. I wouldn't trust her with, like, I would trust him maybe with maybe one other person, maybe 2 other people, but very few people would I trust him with. Just because, he's your baby. And, if I can't draw it, which I would never draw because he is my child. Right. I trust a couple of people to do it. So that's like a crush and a heartbreak in the sense that, the numbers aren't way off, but we got to do it again. And it's like you kind of get into this false sense of security that...
like you made it past the thing.
But really...
It's over, but it's never over.
It's never over, and you forget that. And
the good news is he isn't acting or feeling any different.
No,
it's just the
and that's probably part of the reason why we forget it.
Right.
Because he isn't acting sick or is sick.
He's acting like he always does.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
But, it's something that we got to think that, they say we don't know how long the liver will last. It could be 50 when he's 50 or it could be next year. But, I mean, he's got a healthy enough liver. Yeah. And, I said to my husband, it could be our fault that we're really good with him taking his meds, but we need to be more 12 o'clock-ish in the sense of 12 hours. So he'll take his meds at 7:30 on a Friday morning, but maybe not take them again until 9 o'clock at night. Right. So maybe we have to be and I said to him, we need to set an alarm that every day he takes them.
At the same time.
At the same time. And we'll have to talk to his doctor about it because he starts middle school and he'll be out of the house at 6:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Will it be okay if he takes it at 6:30 in the morning? Can we have him take it at 6:30 at night and maybe do his blood work early enough in the morning because they are open 24/7? Right. So we'll have to, it's certain things that we'll have to figure out. But we're getting there. So that's that. Other than that, we're working on our taxes. We're having H&R Block do it, which I think is good because I had mileage last year. Oh, yeah. That's okay. I had 4 jobs, so 4 W-2s. My husband had some some fund issues that we just weren't sure. And I had student loan interest. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. Sounds like a good
year to have somebody put professional.
So we'll see, but we keep we always keep our stuff together, but for some reason this year our stuff has not been all together. We're still missing, I think, our property tax or real estate tax or something we're missing, and so I got to drop it off. But yeah, otherwise that's all that I got for crushes and heartbreaks.
Well, my crush this week is I got the taxes done on Monday, and we're getting money back, which we can use to get a new roof on our house. Not like I'm getting anything good with it. I'm just throwing it in the roof
house
pile.
Yeah.
So, but I'm happy that we are getting money back, obviously, because maybe it'll mean that we'll have a little extra left over that we can, take a vacation with or whatever. But it's all going in house pile right now until we get all the work, until we figure out how much everything's going to cost. So, and I'm just glad I got it done. It only took me about 2.5 hours. I didn't have anything weird this year. We only have one W-2 form, obviously. And the thing that I wanted to say, which most people I would assume are going to have filed their taxes or almost filed them before they see the show, but I use TurboTax. I've used TurboTax for probably 15 years. I mean, I've used it for a really long time. And I've always used the Deluxe, TurboTax Deluxe, which covered investments, and he's mad because he can't get in the bathroom. Oscar likes to be in control of everything. So it's been that way every year. We have a lot of investments because of the structure of the way my husband gets paid and the kind of work that he does. And, we have to report income from, it's not really income, but we have to report what we're doing on the podcast to taxes. And then I have a small income from pattern sales and tech editing that I have to report. So I've always been able to do it on TurboTax Premiere. Well, this year they stopped what they were doing before. Before, you could do everything on most of the things. But if you wanted special tips and help and explanation, you had to go up a level. But I know how to do, I don't have a big enough small business that I need all these things about depreciation and stuff. I don't have to have that. I don't have employees. I don't have that. So, but this year they broke it out. The lowest level is if you could fill out the easy form. The next level is if you own a house. The next level is if you own a house and you have investments. And the premium or the highest level is home ownership, and you have small business reporting.
So, of course, basically wherever they can suck you for the money.
Right. So, because I have small business reporting and I needed certain forms to fill out, I could only get the highest level one, which meant instead of paying $60, I spent $90. I am getting a $25 rebate back from them because they feel bad that they did this at the last minute. But I literally went from the second level one to the top level one because I happened to need I needed Schedule D and I needed the small business schedules. And I was like, ugh. And then, I do the taxes and it's the same as what I've been using. So I'm kind of mad. I don't know. But I really enjoy the fact that when I don't have complicated paperwork, it takes me 2 to 3 hours to do my taxes. And one of those hours was just me gathering the information from PayPal for the podcast and the small business that I do so that I could separate out what was income or donations and what was postage and prize stuff and, advertising stuff. And in my case, what I paid out for software and office supplies. I had to break it all out before I could type it in. So it was, I'm just happy that it's done. So that's my crush. My heartbreak is that I am losing my hair, which is not entirely unexpected since I'm doing chemo prevention therapy. But since I hadn't really been losing hair for the first 2 months, I kind of thought maybe it wasn't going to happen to me.
You, yeah.
But I am losing it by the handful. And I thought maybe I was just overreacting. But when I went to have my hair done, she was like, "Ooh, you lost a lot of hair." So it is. I had really thick hair before, and now I just don't have as much.
I don't notice it that much.
You can't notice it. You can, if you look on here, you can see where I'm kind of balding. But, so I still have hair, obviously.
Right.
Most people just have thinning of hair, which is not great, but I can live with that.
Right.
Some people lose all their hair. I'm hoping I'm not one of those people. But, I talked to my hairdresser. I'm going to talk to my oncologist in 2 weeks, and I could get like that Rogaine for women or whatever to make it stop. It's not the same as chemotherapy where it like makes all your hair fall out. It's just a normal aging process. As you get older, your hair tends to thin.
Right.
Because of the hormonal changes. It's just that most people's thinning takes place over a longer period of time and doesn't happen all at once, like me. So that was really tough this week, but I talked about it with a couple of friends, and everyone has been like making me feel better.
Well, that's good.
So I'm trying not to think about it anymore, but that is my heartbreak.
Yeah.
It's just one more thing, really. I'm just like, okay, so I didn't get the hot flashes. I'm getting all this other stuff.
But like you said, it's not like losing your hair during chemo, but I know, like, my mom, when she went through chemo, for some reason, that was, like you said earlier, the straw that broke the camel's back. She really got upset about losing her hair.
I didn't think I would. I really didn't think it would bother me. And then I was in the shower, and I'm just pulling out handfuls of hair, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to be bald. And then I was like, I don't have anything. Like, I don't know. It just really got to me, like, way more than I thought it would. I think a lot of people have that feeling. It's like it dehumanizes you a little bit. And I just have to honestly say, I mean, I would rather be completely bald than have breast cancer.
Right.
So, it's one of those things where I'll look into my options to see what I can do about it. But whatever happens, I have to live with it.
Right.
Because I'm doing what I need to do so that I don't, die before my kids grow up. So, but that's my heartbreak. The hits just keep on playing. So that's it for crushes and heartbreaks.
Gossip and innuendo.
We have a book review.
Yes, we are not drawing for anything today. No drawing today.
And I can't remember if I started a thread for Diabolical Yarn or not. Can you look? Because if I didn't, I'm going to have to do that. Usually someone tells me if I forget.
I don't think you did. Nope.
I didn't do one?
Nope.
So yeah, we're going to have a contest thread for that, like we promised. And I am going to now say, instead of drawing for it next week, we're going to draw for it.
2006. 26.
206. 206. So if anyone's confused, yeah, we're running this a week longer because I'm an idiot. All right. So we got the latest book from Cooperative Press.
Oh yeah, I should probably pull that up too.
And let me see if I can. Let me just tell you, this book is long. It is long.
It's over
200 pages. I'm on page 200 right here, and I'm not even at the end of it.
Oh, you know what? Did you get this? Handbrake?
Yeah, we have to talk about that too. Okay. That was the Baubles and Bling that I
forgot about. So it's called Defarge Does Shakespeare.
Yes. And I'm going to, here, table of contents. I'm really sad that they don't have, like, a pattern overview page. Basically what they've done is they asked the question, what would Madame Defarge knit? This is the third book in that series. And they come up with, in this particular book, themes from Shakespeare. So all of the patterns are based on Shakespeare. Shakespearean stories. They have a nice little section on
how to use the book, the skill levels.
They call it Liberté for easy, Égalité for brave beginner, and Fraternité for the expert knitter. Brave beginner or intermediate knitter is Égalité. Liberté is like you barely know anything. And they have some nice like Shakespeare-inspired illustrations as the dividers, and they divide the patterns into comedies, tragedies. I can't remember some of the other ones, but I'm going to show you a few of them. One thing that I really like about this book is that it has like one pattern of everything.
Yeah, there's something for everyone.
Right.
It's got a bit more socks than anything else.
Right. So, you know, these are some cabled socks. These particular socks are called Lover's Tangle socks. But then the next pattern, which just kind of tickled me, is this nice rectangular evening wrap. It's huge. It's a huge lacy evening wrap. I would love something like that for sitting like outside at night in the summer, or, you know. And then the next thing after that, and this, I thought this was so cute, is this cute little flowered Midsummer's Night Dream tea cozy. So it's really a broad range of
stuff. So I'm looking at it. They break it down to comedies, and then they break it like Midsummer's Night Dream, The Twelfth Night, The Taming of the Shrew, The Merchant of Venice, and The Tempest. That's the comedies that they focus on. And then there's patterns within each comedy that they look at. Then they have histories, and there's a pattern for the histories. Then they have miscellany, and then they have tragedies. So histories and miscellany only have a couple of patterns each. Tragedies, they focus on Othello, Macbeth, Titus, Andronicus, Hamlet, King Lear, and Winter's Tale. And, you know, there's a few that they have at least a couple of patterns each on those.
These socks, so this is the fourth pair of socks that I've shown you. These are collar work with a cable in the back, but they also have a garter option.
Excuse me. That
you can put on there. I like them without the garter, but it's interesting. So, and then here's another pair of stockings with a bead trim on the cuff, which is kind of interesting.
So they also have a sweater in here, which is nice. That's towards the end, I think.
Yeah, they have, I mean, they have Lacy Shrug.
Almost 300 pages of stuff. Yeah, they have this Lacy Shrug. Yeah, I'm looking at it too. It's cute. They have some necklaces. Yeah. Some really, like, you really can find something for everyone.
There's necklaces. This. There's a bookmark with, like, a
little pouch.
Charm pouch on the bottom of it.
There's large wraps.
There's a couple of stoles.
There's a bookmark with the charms on it.
That Prospero's bookmark is the bookmark with the pouch on it.
It's more so, it's not like a bookmark as much as it's to hold your book open.
Right. Here's one of the necklaces. There's a necklace, and then there's something called a ruff that looks like a little like lace collar with beads. And that's, you know, that's interesting that they have some jewelry type stuff. They have a couple of what they call gauntlets or fingerless gloves. So those are those options. A lot of the projects they show in multiple colors, which I think is kind of neat.
It is kind of neat because usually you get one color and that's it.
That's one of the ruffs. I think this is where I stopped looking at it because it was so... Oh, there's a glove. They have a glove pattern in here.
288 pages, give or take.
Yeah.
And so there's the abbreviations.
Yeah.
And the story behind it. And each pattern really has a detailed explanation of how they kind of came up with the pattern that goes with that story.
And this is a colorwork lace handkerchief, which I don't know how well it would work as a handkerchief because it's open work lace, but it's pretty.
Well, it would be just more to dangle.
Oh, they have two really pretty plain or mostly plain shawls. One has a cabled design down the back that I thought was really pretty. Those are really nice. Simple but pretty. And then they have sweaters. Here is the Lady M sweater for Lady Macbeth. It has like a lace top.
Looks like it could be a top-down one-piece seamless.
And it has picot cuffs on hem, which is really pretty, with a fold-over hem. Very pretty. And they do a cardigan, too. I'm trying to find the picture of the cardigan. Here's the cardigan. It has lace on the sleeves and on the bottom. Does it have lace on the sleeves? Yes.
Yeah.
It's just hard to see in that photograph. And again, they show this pattern in two different colors too. They show it in blue as well.
It's very pretty in blue.
Yeah, I kind of like how they do that. There's a cowl. There's a couple of cowl patterns. There's one that is more of a textured cowl, And then there's one,
More
it's
of a
fair.
color work.
Fair is textured, and foul has slip stitch color work. I can't remember what you call
They
it.
have a couple of felted bowls and coasters.
Yeah, so things for the home if you want to do those.
More necklaces / I don't know what you'd call those. They're not. I don't know.
It's kind of like a little lacy cowl, like that's like a little lacy scarf.
Just
that's
for like an
a cowl.
accent. I mean, it certainly
it's
wouldn't
not really
keep you
for
warm.
warmth.
Some gloves.
Oh yeah, I was looking for the gloves. These are the gloves.
Yeah, pretty.
I'm never gonna make gloves again after the finger.
Neither am I.
And the diaper covers.
Yeah, I was gonna say petard or petered.
Petard's pants, which I was like, I hope a person's not wearing them, but I'm pretty sure that they are diaper covers.
Yeah.
One of them has like little ruffles on the bottom, and the other one has stripes.
A lacy shawl, like lace weight shawl.
Yep, that's really pretty.
Mittens, those are pretty.
Oh, I love the colorwork mittens. That was another one of my favorite ones. I would make these. I think those are so pretty.
And socks. Those socks are basic enough for me. Lear socks.
Lear socks. They're they have
just,
like a light texture,
diamond.
diamond texture on them.
Yeah, they would be good men's socks.
Yeah, guess that's why they're Lear socks. And then we have Mrs. Lear's scarf and mittens. Nice cabled scarf. And her mitts have a cuff with the same accent. Is that it?
Some more fingerless mitts.
Oh, yeah.
And a cute little bear sweater for a kid.
Exeunt, pursued by a bear. That's very cute.
And then they go right into the abbreviations. Oh, here's a pattern index.
Oh, it's in the back.
The index, if you know what you're looking for, you can just... Oh, maybe not here because I'm on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
TOC.
Table of contents. If you hit the little circle, it says TOC at the bottom of every page. It'll take you to the beginning. The designers were Kate Atherley. She's Knitty's lead technical editor.
Oh,
and Maria Chiba, who learned to knit while serving in the Peace Corps. And, there's more. Rosemary Cox, Chrissy Gardner. That's a name I know. Elizabeth Green Musselman. Becky Green. Erica Hernandez, Sarah Jordan, and Wendy McDonald.
I think those might have been all the test knitters.
Oh, these are the test knitters?
I don't know. It just says a note of thanks. The book wouldn't have happened without the help and support of our test knitters who made sure the patterns worked. And
they say after, these are all the different designers, and at the end it says who did it. They gave credit to the test knitters on each pattern. Heather Ordover, Laura Ricketts, Kathleen Rogers, Natalie Servant, Julia Temesiva, Diane Trapp, Amy Tiskowitz, Beverly Army Williams, and Meg Warren. And it was published by Cooperative Press, I love Cooperative Press because it's a small indie publisher that focuses on craft magazines. Good for you. So if you want to win a copy of this, I will make a thread, I promise. It seems like an empty promise at this point. I will make a thread, and you can tell me which pattern you'd knit. And we will give away a copy in episode 206, which is also when we will be giving away our Yummy Smells contest that I forgot to post last week. I was so proud of myself, too, because I got it done relatively quickly last week. There's always something I forget. So, upcoming festivals in our area. Connecticut Sheep and Wool is the 27th, I want to say.
I know it's, hold on, 25th.
It is the 25th. It is the 25th, and at the same day is the Waltham estate.
Oh, that's right.
There's a farm there they're having their fiber thing. And then on May 2nd and 3rd is the Maryland Sheep and Wool. So those are coming up. And then once you hit May, there's New Hampshire Sheep and Wool, Massachusetts Sheep and Wool, the Webb's Tent Sale. There's a lot of stuff going on in May. And June. I think June is that one up in Maine that I can't remember the name of.
Oh, yeah.
Fiber Frolic. That's it. I might go to that. If Lois is here, I might go to that and meet up with her. I don't know if she'll be here yet, though. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Sorry about the diabolical contest. I'm just losing it. I'm losing my hair and my mind. I'm going to be bald and stupid. Oh, my Lord. All right. So I hope everybody has a better week than I did. And we'll talk to you later.
Knit with heart. Bye.
Bye.